Okay, have a box of minneola oranges. I'm going to use the hand blender and gush them all up and put them in pans and freeze dry them. Just going to peel a bunch of these, put them in the bowl, and then use the hand blender thing to gush them all up. One of the nice things about these is they peel so easily, and it's really easy to backlight them, so hold them up to some light so you can see if there's a seed in there. It'll show up as a dark spot in it, so then you know that there's a seed in there. So yeah, I just kind of, it's bright outside, so I can just kind of hold them up to the window, which is that direction. I just kind of tear them in half and pop the seed out if there's any in there. Okay. Got a decent bowl full of them peeled and hopefully all the seeds out. Now I'm gonna gush them all up and then going to pre-freeze them in some pans.
Catwood Cooking had a great video last Friday. They freeze-dried snack bags of Skittles. They left them in the bag and it worked great. Go check them out. I'll leave a link.
That's amazing how that's so much better than the food processor or blender. I mean, this would be like 5-6 batches in either one of those. I can't believe we didn't have one of these before. Okay, our pre-freeze pans, I'm going to give it just a real quick shot of the non-stick cooking spray and wipe it so there's just a very, very thin film on it, just to make sure that they come out very easily. Okay, I'm going to try 250 grams, so half of what I usually put in one of these pans. All right, then I'm going to pre-freeze that, and then we'll be able to pop those out and put them in the freeze dryer. About 125 on each side. All right, here's my little half pans. It helps me fill up the tray better. Okay, so I got a bunch of these all peeled. So I'm going to use this, let's see what this is. It's the Braun hand blender thing. This sucker is awesome. Got it at Costco, of course. Okay, now I'm just having fun with it. It's done real quick. So everything's had a chance to pre-freeze. You can see I've got a big quantity in there. So I've got the trays chilling also. So I need 2 of the trays with the dividers. And these are quite thin because they're only a small amount in each one. The one with the divider. So it's been pre-chilling for a while, a couple hours. It says it's about 42 below zero. Okay, so we'll come back when that's finished. We're in the last 15 minutes when the machine starts to cool down. So I'm going to bypass the rest of it so I can take the trays out while they're still warm. That seems to be really important with sugary things like juices and lots of different fruits because they'll pull moisture right out of the air. and the trays are still at about 110 to 120 degrees. I can put my little baffle in for defrosting, hang the fan on the door. These are the blended oranges. 3 hours ago, I stopped the freeze dryer and weighed the trays as they were, and then put them back in, gave it another 3 hours to double check. None of them lost any weight during the next 3 hours, so I know that they're very dry. So what I was thinking might be good is to just leave them as kind of whole chunks or break them up into some slightly smaller pieces and just have them this way for snacking on. Wow, that's really good. Good strong orange flavors. But it's a lot less dense than I was hoping it would be. I thought maybe it'd be as hard as like an apple or something so you could snap off a chunk. So it's going to end up powdering, I think. Wow, that's really good. This one I'm going to just snack on. That's good. So now it's 35 grams. So from 250 down to 35. And they should all be pretty close to the same. So it means they'd need 215 grams put back in. I'm gonna try another one just to check it out. Yeah, that's pretty even. And the rest of these I'm going to crush and put into bags. So one of them I'm going to do 250 grams. So it's a little over a cup of the juice. And the other ones I'm going to put 500 grams, which is a little more than 2 cups. And then, and the bag could hold a lot more. But what I want to do is to be able to pour the water in here, zip it up, and just shake it for rehydrating. And you could use a food processor or blender for this. The reason I don't is, especially for things like this, is these want to pull moisture out of the air very, very quickly. If you leave this out even, if you let them get cool and leave them out for even a few minutes, they'll start to get sticky as they pull in moisture. So by weighing them ahead of time, before I freeze them, then I know how much water or how much they weighed. I don't have to portion them out now, so I can get them back into bags as quickly as possible. So this one will be for rehydration trial. Okay, so this is the last one I'm going to crush of these. So I think this is a pretty good way to deal with oranges. I mean, you can do slices and segments, but they take a very long time to dry. I think these powdered ones will be a good addition to what I have. Okay, so now I need to add the oxygen absorbers. Now heat seal them all. Okay, those are done and ready for storage. One slab of the blended oranges. So this was 250 grams of orange. And I just put it in here, then add enough water till it gets back to 250 grams. I tried some of it before I freeze dried it, and it's like drinking an orange. Okay, so 35 grams. Now I need 250. All right. It mixes up real easy because it's so powdered. Be kind of nice to do bigger amounts than this, so quarts of it perhaps. None of that thin orange juice stuff. It's like, yeah, it's like drinking an orange. If you don't like your orange juice to have pulp in it, you're going to hate this. But I like pulpier the better. Okay, that works very quickly. Very good. Wow,